Alright, this is Calibos, and this is Arena. I can't get it to reliably run because, you know, I'm running it in Linux. And despite the fact that we're a quarter of computer users now, that's a bit loud. Maybe we can turn that down. We're still not getting any love. So, I don't currently have any plans for spending any money for this. And I have to admit, I'm probably not all that great a player. I think if they were willing to go Linux, I probably would spend money, but you know. So right now I'm basically playing the Rakdos deck that they offer. I've made some minor changes to it. I will show you at the end of the video. Honestly, I'm astonished that I've managed to get it this far, really. I expect to lose this game. I expect to lose this game pretty hard. So, I've seen a lot of Boros decks like this. Looks like they've got card draw going. Some damage to speed things up a little bit. I expect a few minor enchantments. Honestly, I expected him to have put a little bit more damage on the board than he has. I really don't care about damage this early in the game. I don't have a lot of life gain, sure, but it's just not a big deal. So let's see what he does. I think he's got a pump spell. And he was going for a 2-for-1 with the Mentor of the Meek. Yeah, see, basically the same deal. But I was honestly planning on doing that anyway. Get some extra cards. We don't really care about... Here, let's toss that. We've got all the land we need now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, we could use one more land, but I'm not sweating it very much. He's popped 2 of his lightning strikes. He's got at most 2 left. He's using this for card draw. Like I said, I really expected him to have put down some more damage on the table. He's hitting me for 4 here. But I fully expect to have stabilized. Yeah. So he'll get 6, puts me down to 5. He's got 2 more lightning strikes. I'm probably dead. That's Sunwing. That's nice. I haven't really had time. Oh, well, that's game. Well, we'll just let him kill me. I haven't really had time to look into what's in the new set. Like I said, not a lot of this stuff has been working for me. 6. So... yeah, because I can't... if my stuff comes into play tapped, there's no way that I can block any of this. Might as well just let him have it. Come on, kill me. You've got this. Oh yeah, that's kind of silly. All he had to do was come in and attack. I was completely tapped out. I'm not going to wait for him to get his glory hounding on. So this is the other thing, trying to get some quests. It's probably the only way that I'm going to get cards. I mean, I don't make any money from doing any of the YouTube stuff, and I don't see the value in spending my money on cards in this game if they're going to take them away from me every 3 sets. So here's what I've got. You can kind of see what the general idea is. It's basically a sacrifice deck. Death Barons don't really have a huge role in this. I don't have a lot of zombies. On the other hand, giving the skeletons death touch is pretty handy. The fact that the skeletons come back makes them useful for sacking for the Demon of Catastrophes, which is pretty cool. I use the Rekindling Phoenix basically for the same thing. Open the graves with a sack outlet. It gives me a couple of bodies rise from the grave. If somebody gets something nice, then I can grab it. Immortal Sun helps shut down planeswalkers. Grave Waker. These basically just let me bring back my board. And this is a sack outlet, of course. So it's not really super great, and I'll admit that. I'm honestly, you can see from the build, it's kind of a control-y build. I'm a control player, but this is really the best that I've got. So one of the reasons that I don't have Gutter Bones in here, and it was in here, but I've gotten rid of it, because the ability to return it to the graveyard, from the graveyard to your hand, only if an opponent lost life. So, I'm not super great at doing that. Now, if I did have some other ways to gain control of my opponent's creatures, this Bankrupt in Blood, with the active treason, I can sack creatures, sack them to the Harpy after attacking with them. So I do have a vague plan for this build, but I clearly don't have all the cards that I would like. I don't necessarily have a lot of removal and stuff. So yeah, this is kind of where I am. I definitely would like to collect enough cards to go. I blew 1,000 trying to get into a tournament thing to earn some gems, but I was unable to log in. It was right as they were doing the update, and I had to figure out how to reinstall everything. So there's a couple of gamers that I watch play this. I'm definitely not up to their standards, so don't hate me. I like playing Magic. Paper Magic is the best. I have a few cards I collect, and you never know. Maybe at some point I'll be able to do something useful. So let's go with this, because it gives me early ramp into the Blood Divination, which hopefully will keep me going. I had the Rakdos lands in here just to kind of confuse people. As long as I'm being forced to play a tap land anyway, might as well play a Guildgate. So that's kind of where I am. I don't especially have anything crazy good or useful. So Mountains first gives us access to the shock. I don't anticipate him having anything that we're using. Skip turns. I'm still learning the interface. I haven't actually been able to use a lot of this. So let's drop a skeleton out here. He's probably not going to kill it unless he gets an exile, and that'll be a couple down here. We might try to tempo us, which basically means make us have wasted our turn, which is fine. Lava coil, exile. So a good response to that would have been if I'd had any mana. It would have been to shock it myself so that it dies instead of being exiled. I'm betting he's actually got another lava coil. He's not playing anything, so he's got a lot of removal on board. Let's do it and see what happens. Moment of craving. So he gained some life. That was interesting. So let's attack. And now we'll sacrifice it. Now with this, unfortunately, this does open up our elemental to be killed. Because we have to wait till our next upkeep. But hopefully he's going to be very excited about the demon. That's fine. I kind of expected it, as I said. And we can get it back later. So if we had one more mana, so let's attack. Right now our damage output's greater than his, so we're winning the competition. I'm not worried about him attacking us. We have multiple opportunities to kill his Chupacabra. That's fine. Looks like he's got a lot of removal. He's going to attack, not attack. Interesting. He's going to try for the demon. What do we discard? Let's get rid of the shock. No. Discard the shock. Honestly, what I should have done is discarded the skeleton and then put it into play. I'm hoping that by explaining my actions, I can
No fire, no steel.
explaining my actions, I can get better at playing. So let's do this.
That tickled.
Bet he goes for the demon.
No fire, no steel.
So yeah, it's kind of a crappy deck. I'm playing it badly on top of that. I don't really have a lot I can do against
No
planeswalkers besides
fire,
damage.
no steel.
The misplay with the skeleton was a little bit rough. And he's got trample, so I expect that I'm not going to be unable to block that. There we go. So yeah, that's me, dying again. But 2 more and I'll get that. That will be hopefully helpful. We're also working our way through those. I could play the Is It thing, I guess. And that's what these quests are left over. Like, I just got the Is It deck. So they push it pretty heavily. They want you to try the new thing. And it's not bad, I guess. I like Is It. Artifacts are cool. So, yeah, it is what it is. And I'm sorry about the blue border around the wall here. Arena gives you 2 choices. It's either absolutely full screen, and then it gets greedy with your mouse, doesn't share. Or you get a window, which you can't size. So I have no choice about it. And OBS absolutely 100% completely refuses to to see this window. Like it'll pick up the blue background, but it just completely ignores the actual game, which is kind of annoying. So I don't really have anything to seriously play this turn. So we'll do that, and then we'll see what happens. I'm willing to trade both of them, and I imagine that he is as well. Yeah, I figured. This hand is probably very similar to mine. It's likely to be mono red, though. Oh, look. Waste your turn. I hope they feel better. So let's get the Instigator back. I mean, there are definitely better things that we could be getting back later, but I'd rather retain as much card advantage as possible. So let's play that for the turn. So I would like to hold on to this. We are going to threaten him a little. Yep, here it comes. And yeah, he's trading higher than I am, but so let's take this. And then we'll attack with these 2. Hopefully he either trades and kills both of them, and then we're going to sacrifice 2 creatures, draw some extra cards. So he's got more damage on the board. We're at the same hit points. We have the same amount of cards in hand, but I've got more mana. I've also got some card draw here, and that Grave Waker is going to begin allowing me to return stuff. Now, I'm not going to pretend he probably also doesn't have an Act of Treason in his repertoire here. So if I do this, then I can also do that. So I can slow down incoming damage, and you'll have to kill it twice or exile it with a lava axe. She may have a lava axe. Again, if he's got Act of Treason, it's going to hurt, because we're talking 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 points of damage exactly. What I wouldn't do for a shock, I could use it on that ogre. So I'm guessing he doesn't have Act of Treason. So let's get some bodies on board. I'm not going to attack for now. What I'd like to do is begin bouncing my, yeah, that's fine. What I'd like to do is begin bouncing the Gravedigger with the Grave Waker, and then sacking everything to the Harpy to get the Harpy big. Again, if he's got Act of Treason, life is rough. So let's pop that down. We'll throw some additional blockers. So at this point, I think we can start walking through. Bring him down to our level and begin going a little wide. Ooh, that's going to be painful. Betty comes in. He's worried because it's not lethal and I can trade. That's my theory anyway. But in all honesty, he should probably just kind of alpha strike. Yeah. So we'll block here because you don't have trample. I'm not worried about 5 points here. We'll block here, because later on you may be able to do that. We'll block here. So we'll have 7 points of damage coming in. So we block, and then after we declare blockers, we sacrifice the Dissenter, submit. Ooh, tempting. So in the air we have 4, we have him. So let's go. Yay, victory. I have to admit though, I wish the game was slightly faster paced. Hey, we got cards. Let's see what we got. Oh, we got a rare. So, Death Baron. So we have 3 Death Barons. It might actually be worthwhile trying to build a better zombie deck. Let's see how we go. So I'm kind of playing with this one. I don't remember what's in it exactly. Oh, rat colonies. Okay, that's garbage. There's got to be a way to get rid of all of them, I swear. Discard changes. Decks. So let's delete. So let's look at this. We've got zombie. These are good. They don't worry too much about Death Baron. Yeah, I've got 3 Death Barons. Phylactery Lich. Having an indestructible guy, probably not too bad. Open the graves. Rise from the grave. Let's look at skeletons. So, reassembling skeletons is nice. How about some quick enchantments? What is it called? Graves? Open the graves. Okay, so we have 2 open the graves. What else can we throw in here just for giggles? Clearly we need some sort of artifact, so let's look at artifacts, see what we have. Oh, let's put a sun. Artifact collected. Is this colorless? So what is that? Artifacts? I don't know. Immortal Sun. How about a... I don't even know what I'm typing here. So... not sure if there's anything else that we'd like to throw in here. I do like the harpies. They'll cover some of our aerial stuff. Blood Divination, get some card draw in here. Vraska's for a little bit of removal, maybe? So let's throw in a Ritual of Soot. That'll help take care of tokens. I mean, it'll wipe a lot of ours, but if we have Open the Graves out, and that can keep us going. Okay, so this is going to be a completely terrible deck. But let's see what happens. Save. We'll play it once. And then we'll get back onto the red, blue, whatever. I don't even know if I'm going to post this. I'm just recording it because why not? Practice. I've done this. Man, it's waiting. So yeah, I have no idea if anybody would be interested in watching me play Magic. Again, like I said, I'm not super great at it. My weakness is draft. So this gets us going. We could dig a couple of lands to get going, I guess. But we have the basics. So this is God, I remember this. I swear. Yeah. This is going to be the discard surveil deck. But he's got that 2/2 thief. Come on, you know you've got it. Entrancing metal ability, gain control. Dimir, that's what it is. I think this is Dimir discard control. I'm sure there's probably some sort of fancy name. Is he running 52, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 64 cards? So we'll put a stop here so that we can sack our Doomed Center. I imagine he's actually got a I'm just hoping to go wide enough and kill him before it becomes an issue. So we'll use this, sack that, go, and just try to pound some damage. At this point, we could have used some of the bigger things, but Oh, he could stabilize. Thief of Sanity, that's what it's called. I was expecting that Thief of Sanity just a little while ago, really. Veil Predator. So he's pretty much got to block with the Night Veil Predator. So we're just going to go all in. Yeah. Once he finishes, we'll kill his Predator. Yeah, that's fine. Reduce the number of blockers for next time. If he's got a Ritual of Soot, this is going to hurt. Mesmerizing Benfid. So he's got 4. Don't have any cards, but he's digging for answers. That was a mistake. He might have an answer. Could have been to lure me in. What could he have that would be 1 black or 1 blue to stop all the damage? Like he's 1 short. That's fine. See what if he's got any answers that are just kind of like trolling. I'm beginning to think that they're just trolling. All right. So let's go ahead and so we can earn this one pretty quick. So let's get 10 more spells done, and then we'll get some Izzet playing. Alright, well we've got the Phylactery Lich, but honestly it's basically useless. If he's playing discard though, it'll be fodder because dude's gonna look for it. I mean, we can't play it until we get a artifact. And the only one in the deck is Immortal Sun. This was a risky hand. Azorius. So I'm guessing that he is... Yeah, he's an Azorius evasive deck. He's probably got some minor enchantments on there, but really it's to keep stuff from being able to block him. Yeah, see. So no, no. Let's attack. Might as well actually. So it's not going to trade very well for a couple of turns. Ouch. Yeah. Evasive. Not going to trade very well at all. Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and say that this game is probably lost. Because he's got 8 on the return at minimum. And he can simply stop me from being able to... yeah, there's no point in playing that match. Did we make our 10? Ah, we didn't. Let's go to Azorius anyway. Or, Azorius. Let's go to, Is It anyway. Said it's not a bad deck, and pretty much what I have to do is grind for gold. And that means doing the quests, the dailies, till I get reasonable cards. My collection is very slim. There we go. Bear beat. People pick interesting names. All right. Let's... I don't want to play the Archaeologist right off the bat because he's got damage sitting. Let's not let him know we're playing blue yet. Electrostatic field. This is going to be painful. I thought about making an electrostatic field. This is going to be very painful. Yep. Better go straight to face because... Yep. At least he's mana screwed. I mean, I can't get through, but at least he's mana screwed. Ouch. Somebody was saying something about it being the beginning of the season, and so everybody's like doing burn decks. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully I've made him skip a turn. Yeah, he has to worry about damage. So let's do this. Let's grab our blink back. No attacks. Because he's got to wait for 2 drops. He's going to get mana eventually, and then he'll be able to start doing stuff. There it is. I bet he's got a repeating barrage. Oh, shock. So that's 4. Puts me down to 5. That's game. Oh my gosh. How many... How about gutter snipe? So I've got 2. How many uncommons and stuff do I have? Yeah, whatever. I thought about doing a mirror match deck, but I really don't have what it takes to make it go very well. Alright, so let's do this some more. Taking forever to wait for things. Did my avatar change? How weird is that? Why is my avatar different? I suspect him of having a Najani's Pride Mate. Let's see what happens. I bet he plays one. Nice. That's definitely worth killing. See what other fancy tricks he's got. Fancy. So it's going to take us 6 mana to grab that. Which seems like a lot, really. Got another one. Yay. Having a backup, that's crazy. He suspects me of a combat trip. Not surprised. Seems a bit obvious, really. Ancient War Boss, huh? Oh, it's a sorcery. I knew that. I knew that. I wasn't desperately clicking on it, I swear. So, Mentor. Did he do it to Baird? Oh. Yeah, I'm not sure I can do this, really. Having this Aurelia is buying me some time, but... He's got direct damage. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yay, we have 500 gold. So what can we do to make this slightly less terrible? So it's got the 2 gutter snipes in it. Enigma Drakes, Sift, Salvager. So let's look at instants really quick. Instants. In the blue. Things I've collected and things that I haven't. think that if it is grayed out, I do not possess it. And yes, I'm speculating because I have no idea. Kind of hoping there is... So Nexus of Fate is what? Not allowed? How strange. So Nexus of Fate, as I understand it, only comes as a foil. And because a foil is basically a marked card, you can't play them in tournaments unless all of your cards are foils. And honest, because foils are basically garbage. But I have the understanding that Wizards can't admit that, because then they would have to be admitting that they were selling cards that people couldn't use. So what I'm looking for is blue. I would like a way to shuffle my graveyard into my library. There's a blue counterspell that does 3 cards, isn't it? So Devious Cover-Up. These are what? Commons? Yeah, let's go for these. They're kind of expensive as counter spells go. So let's get rid of one of these. Let's get rid of one of these. And let's get rid of one of these. So looking at our mana curve, it's pretty low, really. Creatures 15. Average cost is 2.7. Okay. So, nope, I'll go back. So let's actually knock out one of these too. See how it goes. Remember, my deck building skills are tired, especially in Standard. I can't remember half of anything that's in the new stuff. Wow, well, guess I'm playing some red. Yeah, I tend not to mulligan unless I absolutely have to. So you'll see that in a lot of my videos, if I put any videos out, that just tend not to mulligan. I hate giving up card advantage. So let's see if he blocks. He probably won't. Because this guy will replace the life once he starts getting some more creatures out. Now I'd like to switch the entrancing melody with the one that takes multiple creatures. And I probably should have kept that and just wiped him out. At this point, I could really use some of that blue. Begin sifting. What have you got, Sunshine? Mana, like blue. That would be shiny. Most shiny. Alright. So that gives us a reasonable blocker. I'm suspecting an enchantment or combat trick if he comes in. If he doesn't, then he doesn't have anything yet. He's probably going to drop that instigator after combat. If he drops it before, again, I suspect no combat trick. Oh, CJ Commando. Commander, that's nice. So no combat trick. I don't want to disperse it though, because dispersing it means dispersing it would mean that he gets 3 more, and he goes even wider. So he's going pretty wide as it is. Instigator. I wonder what his other 2 cards are. This will eat some turns, but give me some extra mana, or extra cards in hand, which hopefully will allow me to respond to things. Yeah. least I didn't eat it to my face. But if he comes this way, I'm pretty much going to start eating it. I do like the lands. Like, the art's pretty cool. So what I'll do is I'll bounce that to his hand on attack, and then we'll clean up some more of his board. Hopefully this means we're stabilizing a little bit. I'm more likely to have card draw than him, but he's more likely to have like a big flyer or something. So this would be 9 mana total, so I have 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. So we're just gonna camp here for a bit. A fight with fire is great, but I could use a couple more. So I don't know if I have one, but it might be a good idea to get the get 1 or 2 primal amulets in here to begin doubling stuff. So we'll see if I have a primal amulet. Interesting that he's holding that card. That's going to bring some attention, because now all I have to do is start casting instants and sorceries and I'll begin grinding. Plus I'm still holding off these guys. Now it is possible for him to have a board wipe, but it seems unlikely with the deck that he has. I forget what it is. It's a red-white spell. And it does 3 damage to all creatures. Hieromancer's Cage, nice. Let's see what he targets. Have some damage. Oh, that's terrible. I hate when that happens. Wasting a spell. So let's pop this down again. 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll continue to lay low. I really wish that we still had the archaeologist for card draw, but there's no way that he could let us have it. Card draw is too much of an advantage. I'm betting he's sandbagging a land because he doesn't need it. Oh, that's helpful. So he's going to go digging for something, and that's going to be a little bit harder to block. Martyr of Dusk. Yeah. Still holding him off pretty reasonably. 5, 7, 8, 9, so that's 3 and 6. So I'm going to do this now. Um, so that should level the playing field a bit. Again, I still think he's sandbagging a land, but he's as likely to have direct damage as I am. And I'm just kind of hoping that I can buy some time here. Ooh, that's unfortunate. So not sandbagging a land. That's game. All right, we got some more white or black. Winning decks. What decks do we have? So let's play. Let's play this. Actually, let's go see if I have the Primal Amulet. Primal Amulet. So can I? Do I have it? I like Primal Amulets. More rares. So. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Pirate. So we want specifically stuff that we have not collected. We want it to be a red pirate. Ah, what was it? Captivating Crew. That is what we need for the red-black deck. Is that in there? So that is a thing that we are going to try and do. So if we can get the Captivating Crew, that fires our black deck off a little bit better for sacrifice. The other thing the Primal Amulet does is once we get it out, it will make our instants and sorceries cheaper. I'm hoping that doubling them will work for the purposes of our gutter snipes. Well, this is kind of okay, I guess. It's not super awesome, but let's see what he's got. Okay, so he's probably dinosaurs. So we'll see what happens with that, but I'm betting he's dinosaurs. The cool thing about this Plague Rite is his Rejuvenator can't block it at all without immediately dying. He doesn't even challenge it. Yeah, I knew that was coming. Well, I didn't actually know that was coming. They're very cool. So we're going to let that go for now. And let's go in and see what happens. Now we'll Ritual of Soot. And he's down one Gutter Snipe, which was a good trade. It's not as great as far as the Rejuvenator because he already got the benefit of it. So I'm just gonna burn that on a. So he's playing Burn. That's good to know. I think I've played against this guy before. Oh no, he killed my harpy. Let's play another one. I don't have any combat tricks, so let's just auto pass. So let's do this. That's fine. It's a 1,000-year storm deck. Wow. That's something. So he has to win right now, this turn or the next turn. Interesting. Wonder how that works with 1,000-year storm. He's doing it, so it must actually work with it. But he's running out of cards. Oops. Growth Spiral. Okay, so it doesn't work great with it. I was worried that it was going to go off for each. So I'd like to cast the Open the Graves first. That way I will replace my creatures, but I'm probably just going to go try to pound the daylights out of him. He's digging desperately for answers. So there's a 7-cost red spell that would give him 1 treasure for each land he controls. There's also a white spell that whenever I draw a card, I would have to pay 2 mana or give him a treasure. Gutter Snipe. Nice. Skewer the critics. So, skewer the critics. Doesn't matter which one he goes for. It's wasted. Because if he targets the Harpy, I can sack the Baron. Come on, Matt. You got this. You're great. You can do it. Got faith in you. Got a 1,000-year storm on the thing on deck with a Firemind's Research with 2 counters on it. You got this, man. You're so close. You're just out of cards. You need to draw. You know. I'm trying to attack. Gonna let me attack, man. I want to attack. This is cheap mana-wise, but that needing to sack 2 creatures is kind of painful. Especially if I'm not running into creatures. And odds are, yeah, might as well attack with it. You can't block with it. Might as well throw the damage down. Because that 2 points could come in handy. Ooh. So that's a gamble. Lots of card draw if I had creatures. I need a Reassembling Skeleton's what I need. Elvish Rejuvenator. That bumps his storm count out by 1. Oh, no it doesn't. For each... Yep, there we go. Not so fortunate. So... let's see if we can get into any of these and maybe win some. Okay, I have nothing great, so let's bring this one, I guess. And then after I get my 3 losses, which should be the next 3 games, if people oblige me with that, And I will call this video. Nim. Sounds familiar. That's one more land and it won't be too bad. This guy's got much better cards than me. Spiral. That search is going to be annoying. He's gonna flip it super fast. He's gonna be able to just dig for cards. So let's go. He could make me dig for lands. Root snare, nice. That's fine. Oh, wow. He's preparing to go infinite. I'm just hoping to get in and tempo him enough. So that flips that. The problem is most of his stuff is going to be instants, and he should have. With the green, he's going to have a card that allows him to ow. Yeah, this is going to be all direct damage. Come on, you got it. There we go. Well, that was barely worth playing. I think that the constructed event doesn't... Like, I have the idea that when you look for a regular game, they count the number of rares and mythics and uncommons in your deck and try to match you against somebody who has just as many. For the events, I think that they just, whichever the opponent is open. So, expect to lose all of these because I simply do not have the cards that other people do. But, you know, that's kind of fine, because at least I get to play. And I think that that is more what I want. At least just to get to play. And maybe this person just wants to hang out, not to play. I don't know. So, life gain. Lean and Vanguard comes in for 1. Gutter Snipe. So he's going to pop a creature and attack with both of them. And creature. So now these guys pump up. He gains 2 life. He comes in with all 2 of them. No blocks. So we do this. Drop an Enigma Drake. That'll at least allow us to block. No attacks because his token is not as valuable as my Gutter Snipe. Next turn we're in for a pounding. Wow, this is going to be very bad. So let's grab one of those. Unkicked. Let's grab another one of those. No attacks. Now these are going to be 4/3s when they come in, and he gets another one. And a Johnny.
I understand you are in need of support.
Yeah.
Be strong.
Painful. And now they're big again. Yeah, I can't compete against all of these rares and mythics. I mean,
I will lend you my strength.
I've lost this one. Told you it'd be quick. So these go down to 4/4s. Yay. Yeah, there's no way I can pull out of this.
You are capable of more than you assume.
Come on, just kill me. Five seconds and I'm just quitting. There we go. So, that was fun, sort of. Let's get our third loss in really quick. It's very late in my day, and I should probably get some sleep after this. Oh my gosh. Playing against an actual burn deck. Instant death. Yeah. Yep. On a red burn. Red deck wins. See if you've got anything useful. So I'll counter if I have to, otherwise... Oh, Sift is a sorcery. That's terrible. Oops. The best part is it exiles. I had another one. That's funny. Fanatical Firebrand. Crazy. So that's going to be worth 2 more points when it comes through. So 5. So give me a blocker. Lightning Strike. Sack with the Fireband. That's 4 damage and come to my face. I will take it. Get rid of the River's Rebuke. So hopefully this devious cover-up will let us recover some of the shiny things. Blink an eye. So let's go for the fight with fire. And then we'll pass. So if we can flip this primal amulet, that fight with fire is lethal. So that gives us a counter spell and a combat trick and card draw. So he's trying, what is that? Extra burn that he's holding on to. Not a lot I can do about that, I think. So I'm going to take the 2, puts me down to 4. It makes burn even riskier. Can't bounce it because he'll just cast it again. Let's kill that. So let's go into attack, and then we'll bounce the Salvager of Secrets. And that kills him next turn. Heck, it kills him now. Thought it was that, comes down to the next card. Like, if he gets direct damage, I'm dead. Yeah. That's game. Oh my god, I won one. What this means, right? I will gain 3 well, no, I'll gain 3 uncommons. Last time I did this, they were all the same. They were the 1 black mana sorcery, target opponent discards a card. It's really annoying. T288270. Wow, this is kind of a garbagey hand. So let's scare him a little bit, see what he's got. Burn? Burn? Nope. Merfolk. So let's not worry about that for now. It'll do 2 damage because he's going to drop an island. Oh, there you go. You know, or another merfolk, which is fine. So let's do that. And then we'll see what happens. He's probably going to drop a, whatchamacallit, that gives all merfolk +1/+1. Oh, I forget what they're called. Oh, that's fine. So we definitely do not want to bounce that. I would really have preferred to get a land there. That would have been helpful. Ooh. I shouldn't have done that. Oh well. Wow. Let's see if he goes wide or tall. Yeah, he's definitely going to go wide. Oh, look. It's a thing. Let's do this. So with the salvager, I might actually have to hit the sift again. Wow, that is a lot of jade bearers. He actually should have cast this first and then gone there. I'm not sure I can win this one. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So let's counter that. Yep. So that should be all 3 losses. Let's claim our prize such as it is. Silvergill Adept, City Watch Sphinx. Well, we got a rare out of it, I guess. Bedazzle. That's exciting, sort of. It's something. It's better than I had before. And I'm up 2,000. And this seems like a good place to call it. So, yeah. Thanks for coming. Have a good night.